today I'm coming to you on a Thursday. My talk today is going to be about a fellow by the name of Minister Sylvester Graham. He, back in the 1800s, came up with a diet. And part of his diet was revolved around a non-dairy vegetarian kind of lifestyle. And also, he was the inventor of the graham cracker. Now, the graham cracker that he invented was very different than the graham cracker you would buy today. It was an unsweetened biscuit made with unbleached flour, bran, and wheat germ. His bland concoction was part of his very different vegetarian diet, like I said, and what really made his diet different was that he claimed it was to end the plight of his time, which he considered to be, of all things, masturbation, or what would also be termed at the time a local colloquialism as self-love. Minister Graham, he was a Presbyterian minister. He was one of 17 children. He combined his pseudoscience and faith to come up with this vegetarian diet consisting of fruits, vegetables, limited dairy, and bland starches. And he claimed it would ultimately result in the end of lustful behavior. For the last 20 years of his life, he preached that his diet would help any who followed it to abstain from sexual activity, and especially, again, masturbation, aka self-love. According to Graham, he felt it led to insanity and blindness. When Graham died in 1851, he was 57. His movement pretty much lost its momentum at the time when he died, but he did have support from what might seem like an unlikely place. A Dr. John Harvey Kellogg. He was the superintendent of the Battle Creek, Michigan Sanitarium, and also brother of Will Keith Kellogg. Will Kellogg was the bookkeeper at the sanitarium. Now, Kellogg, their last name may sound familiar. This is Kellogg, also connected to the Kellogg cereal that we all know of. John Kellogg, the superintendent at the sanitarium, was a believer in Graham's diet, and he instituted this diet at the sanitarium where he worked at, where he was the superintendent, and all the patients had to be on this diet. And one day, his brother Will left some uncooked wheat out by accident, and it kind of got a little funky, but they decided, okay, well, let's not waste it. Let's see what we can make out of this. Let's see what happens. So they went ahead and the wheat ended up coming out in these like flake-like fashion. Well, they decided to go ahead and feed it to the patients there at the sanitarium, and it was pretty well reviewed. Most of the folks there tended to like it. Well, Will Kellogg, who did not adhere to this Graham diet, he did work there at the sanitarium, but he did not have the same opinion of the diet. He did not follow it. He decided he was going to spice up these wheat flakes. He added some sugar, and thus became what later would become the Kellogg's cornflakes. So he went ahead and this is what started the Kellogg's company, was this accidental creation of these flakes from this wheat that was left out by accident. And of course, like I said, we've all heard of the Kellogg's company, and it's now like an $18 billion company. So that is how the meager, pretty basic beginnings of a pretty large, pretty well-known company for today started out from kind of very meager beginnings, kind of interesting beginnings. I don't remember necessarily ever having heard the background of where the Kellogg's Corn Flakes came from, as far as it being that connected to such a very specific kind of idea of changing your diet and it affecting your things other than maybe your physical health. But anyway, that's all for today. Thank you for coming and listening to me. I always appreciate it. And please, if you would, throw me a like and a subscribe. That would help me a lot to start building up my subscribers for my channel. And I'd really appreciate it. Thanks, and y'all have a great weekend.